Hey, are we on?
Hello?
I hope so.
I hope so. Are we streaming? Can you hear us out there in TW3 land and world? I hope everyone's having a great start of their day and start of the week. The day's already started. What am I talking about? I've already started off like
9 o'clock at night. I don't know. What
It's 9 o'clock at night. It's like, how long does he
Maybe it's been
sleep
too
during
long
the
of a
day?
day for you.
Do what?
So maybe it's been too long of a day for you.
It's been a little bit of a long day. It's been a long day. It's been a long weekend. It's been a long since Thursday. It's just been back to back nonstop. But Friday.
Oh, Friday.
Friday was awesome.
My Friday was not awesome until Friday night.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I know you
Yeah.
had a tough Friday. You had a little bit of a stress.
We had a plumbing fiasco. I turned on my laundry Friday to, wash our daily load of clothes.
Yeah.
And both of my toilets and my sink downstairs started bubbling. And I was like,
And
whoa.
And I take it it's not supposed to do that.
Yeah, it's not supposed to do that. So 2 plumbers and a bunch of money later, we made it to the neighborhood gathering.
It sounds like a joke. 2 plumbers and a priest going to a bar.
Plumbing Fiasco sounds like a punk band from the 80s.
Listen, y'all, I mean, I usually try to find the bright side, but
There was no bright side.
I was not a happy gal on
You were
Friday.
on the dark side of the moon.
I was in the deep, sad place.
Oh, bless your heart. I know. It's plumbing issues, electrical issues, they all can
Well,
be.
and Justin's transmission had just gone out like 2 weeks ago. We had 2 deaths in the family across the country. It's just been like one
thing
big
after,
thing after
and you
the
weren't
next.
here last Monday because you had
I
some things
wasn't.
you had to tend to.
Yes.
And so
It's just been crazy, y'all.
it's been great. Well, we missed you.
Well, I missed being here.
Well, we
and more
everyone-
importantly, the audience missed you because it's just these 2 guys.
yeah, because
Oh.
they say, "Where's Lindsay?"
Were you in the spot? Did
No,
you?
I stayed in my
You didn't show
rocking
your
chair.
face?
Well, the thing is, if I get moved to that chair, I can't rock back and forth and mess up the audio.
Oh
So
man,
just
see,
wanted
that
to make
would be
sure.
a bummer.
Yeah, I wouldn't be myself if I wasn't.
Sound like a Leslie speaker over there. But anyway, well, guys, this is episode 336. We're so thankful that you're with us tonight. As you can hear, we've got Lindsay and Reagan in the studio. We're taking your questions. If you want to ask us anything, you can just go to terrywilson3.com/live, and in the bottom right-hand corner, you can click on Let's Chat, and it'll open up the chat box. Now, keep that open, by the way. When you click on it, it opens up a secondary browser. So make sure when you ask your question, you leave that open, because sometimes what happens is people ask a question, they back out, and then it goes away, and we don't see
We
it.
can't see them.
We can't see it, and then they, why aren't you answering my questions? And we want to answer your questions. We just
Most of them.
Well, yeah, most of them.
I'm just messing.
Most of them, we want to answer most of them. If you ask something silly, we'll still answer.
Reagan,
it.
why do you look like a strawberry? Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip that
Why
one.
does Reagan look like a strawberry?
I'm gonna skip that one.
I won't skip it.
Well,
I
why
have the
does
laptop.
Terry always use these cryptic references that no one understands?
The world will never know.
I've learned to speak Terry.
Have you?
It's taken
Well,
a
speak
while.
some Terry. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Hey, y'all.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Give me some Terry.
Hold on.
Put her on the spot.
Power of positive thinking. You say that.
The power of positive thinking. Are you saying the way
Thrills, pills, lotions, and
There
potions.
you go. That's the one I was
I'm
looking
trying
for.
to think of some Terry.
I'm glad you got to that one because that's the one I was gonna use. If you weren't.
And then you smile like Guy Fieri.
Yeah,
whoever
well,
that is.
yeah. So you've picked up on some of my cliches, catchphrases.
couple of
What are they
things.
called?
Colloquialism. Colloquial.
Yeah.
Those are hard words.
Hold on.
Yeah.
A second.
I can't do
I was
hard
raised
things like that.
Pentecostal. I can say this. Colloquialism.
Whoa. Oh, snap.
Very impressed.
Michael bought a Kia.
This one.
Oh, stop.
Another one?
Mhm.
I already know where
And
this
what-
is going. Stop.
Reagan.
Stop.
Should I not say
I
it?
just know where it's going. Nah, go for it. Now everybody's gonna be upset. You don't say
Well,
it.
I won't
so-
say it if you think it's culturally insensitive
It's,
or
no, it's not culturally.
Oh, goodness.
or
Am
Is it gonna
I
end with
theologically
should have bought a Honda?
inappropriate.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Was it gonna end with should have bought a Honda instead?
That's exactly. I went over to him and
That's another-
said, "Shut up about a Honda." But you bought a Kia. He looked at me and said, "See, now you can be."
That's
Little
what
I
ends-
can see him just looking at you
He's
like,
"What is wrong with this boy?" But yeah, we had a good time Friday night. I think
we did.
you know the most impressive thing. Not the most impressive thing, but
the most impressive thing. Go for it.
No, it wasn't the most impressive thing. I overstated it, and I'm trying to back that
I
up.
don't want
It
you
was
to.
just impressive. Everyone there was an entrepreneur. Did you notice that?
There were lots of entrepreneurs there, yes.
It were just about, maybe, I don't know everyone, but just
all of us neighborhood girls, we all have a side hustle.
That's what I was saying.
All
and
of
we
us.
were just, and I got, I'm not going to mention it now because I might actually do it just because, and if I do this, as just a little side, because what I'll do is I'll build a sales funnel and start driving traffic to it, just like, because technically, yes, I've TW3, but I've got like 20 different businesses.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing about TW3 is you get this platform and you can run campaigns for insurance, real estate, job opportunities, all of these, and then you just build, and so I might have this thing over here that, brings in 15, 20 grand a year, and this thing over here, and then you, in the aggregate, that's how you make your money. And so if I do this one, I'll have to get away from the peels, thrills, lotions, and potions.
Okay.
Because it's a lotion.
Is it one of Kimberly?
Yes, but
I've been thinking about doing it too.
But it's magic.
Dude, it's magic.
Because I'm telling you, I have
magic.
tried all kinds of things for eczema and psoriasis, not to get too personal on a podcast.
We're going there, though.
But we're going there. But, it's frustrating, you know what I'm saying? Because you get on the elbows and the knees. And, it's just frustrating. And I've tried this, and I hate the hormone stuff. I hate all of that.
Of course.
And so I would go, and the reason I would go play golf sometimes is just to get out in the sun, get that vitamin D, and it would help. But this stuff has been...
I started using the products. I did it a while back, and then I took a break. But I started again using the products that she sells, 2 months ago. And in my, I post stuff on Facebook in my shopping group and on my personal page. People that I barely talk to have been like, "Your skin is glowing."
Yeah.
They stop me and ask me questions about my skin, and people don't ask me about my skin.
I had people come up to me at church Sunday and ask.
Unreal.
Yeah. So, I had to apologize. Did I tell you about that? I had to apologize at church.
We've gone through this.
No.
Last week's.
Okay. Well,
what did I miss?
I was speaking, and I get carried away.
And I wasn't there to
and
reel
you
you
wasn't
in.
there to reel me
and
in.
Reagan wasn't there to.
Reagan nor you were there saying, I don't know if I'd go that far, So, because y'all weren't there, I just, boom.
Oh, word vomit.
Just said something,
Oh, goodness.
So. No, it was fine. It's a great church, great pastor, and I didn't have to. He says you might want to consider because it could have been interpreted. So it was one of those things. So I just did it. But I'll button this up and then we'll get going.
Okay.
I haven't told Kimberly yet, but I went and I looked in one of our RMP offers. There's actually an RMP offer.
Stop it.
And you don't have to sell it. You can just send traffic to, and so I might do that.
Through which RMP? Do you remember that?
We don't mention that, but I'll tell you later.
Okay.
We don't mention those on live podcasts.
Okay.
But I'll tell you later.
Okay. Sweet.
So yeah.
I'm gonna be putting that on my blog.
On my blog.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I don't have to. Because I guarantee you, it won't be the commission that you would get if you sold it. As a dealer.
Right.
But that's not my shtick. I'm not going to spend the time to sell something anyway. I don't want to. I would just rather set up a funnel, talk about it, send it over.
Well, the real way that you make money with that company is not really through sales. It's more through building a team.
Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha. Well, then I might do it anyway because I like team building and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if I got a platform here,
it's so easy to sell too. Oh my word, the product sells itself.
Yeah, it's a good product. There's a lot of good products out there.
So many.
And that's what brings us tonight to what we're talking about, guys, is building a sustainable business, building a career, starting a business that's sustainable. You can get into literally any type of business you want and do it online in today's world. The world's connected. We've got the Facebook and LinkedIn and all these different social media channels, blogging and podcasting like I do. And all social media, as most people don't understand this, is just a sandbox to pull people over into your world. So many people try to sell on social media. You don't sell on social media. You engage on social media. You get them involved in something, and then you bring them to a telephone, email, blog, or something that you've got. So sometimes people fail at social media marketing because they don't get that one concept. But we're going to be talking about building a sustainable career. And there's about 3 components I want to go over, and Lindsay and Reagan and I will banter back and forth. We want to take your questions on it. If you have any questions at all, Reagan is in the chat room. Before we get going too far, I know, Reagan, we've got members, and man, Lindsay.
Yes.
Ask Reagan. The last couple weeks, he was just talking about, he says, what is going on? And he says, I thought the summer was busy. Now I says, well, typically if summer is our slow.
Right.
And we're going into our peak season now.
Mm-hmm.
Lord help us, because we'll probably have to hire some extra support, because Reagan and some of the other guys.
I was playing a fun game today, which this isn't a complaint.
No, I know. You're not complaining.
It was a legitimate, like, I was laughing when I told you, but I was answering tickets. And as I would answer one, because some of them it's a quick answer, and some of them were like, I had to go look it up. I had to figure out something. By the time I would close one ticket, about 3 more would pop up. And it was like that for about, like, I want to say a solid hour. Just I would close one, couple more would pop up. Close one, couple more would pop up. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's good. That
well, the thing is, when you have a
Yeah.
huge influx of new people.
Yeah.
And I don't care. You can be the smartest person in the world. If something's new, it's new.
Mm-hmm.
And so, where do I find this? Where is this at? How do
Right.
So you're just going to have those new, introductory.
And like I said, I wasn't complaining. It was funny,
No.
but it was like we're busy, because it shows,
But we've got multiple reps. Last week, I counted. We had 3 reps that made over $6,000
In a week.
In a week,
That is
and then
amazing.
several reps that were making 1,525. But I'm talking 3. Maybe, I don't know, because I need to ask him, but I know at least 3 that made over $6,000.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
That's awesome.
it's awesome, and 2 of them brand new. So the deal is real. It's there. Does everybody do that? No, I have to put those caveats out, because as soon as I say that, and we're also going to be talking some tonight about our business opportunity. One of the things at TW3, because TW3 is a product and it's also a business opportunity. One of the things about the business opportunity at TW3 is there is a 90-day money made guarantee. Now, there's some nuances there that you have to understand, but we'll go into that as well. But before we get there, Reagan, what is the shout outs?
So we have a few of these. Start with the first one we received. This one's from Gary. Everybody knows Gary. It says, I want to give a shout out to his members, Scott Nelson, who enrolled at the elite level today.
Scott
has some of his other members that came on, Melody Sheldon, Clell Tickle, and Scott Grasso.
Okay.
Or Grasso. And then he has someone considering joining, Robert Stern. So want to make sure we shout out all
Very
of
good.
them.
Well, it's good to have all of you guys on, the people that just joined and the people considering joining as well.
And then we also have some shout outs from Jim. We got Jim Montgomery. He says wants to give a shout out to Kent and Rick, who are considering coming on board with us. So.
Well, welcome aboard, guys.
Welcome.
Good to have you. Good to have you.
And last but not least, before we get there, let's see. Ron, our man, had some shout outs for Tom, Stephanie, David, and Terry. So.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we've got a lot of great reps. Got reps that's been with us forever. Some that's just joined. Some that are just getting up to speed. We've got, the spectrum is pretty wide here at TW3. But at Lindsay, as you can attest to the people, we've got some really solid people. You met a lot of them at the elite conference. People
Super
that,
solid.
and genuinely care for their people. Genuinely are there for the long haul. They've made the decision. This is a career, and so someone, matter of fact, Michael was talking to someone the other day, and he said that they said, well, those internet things, they're here today and gone tomorrow. He goes, yeah, but he's been doing it for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a long time in any kind of internet or home-based business.
it really is.
Yeah.
So that speaks to the sustainability, which was what we're going to get in tonight. And there's 3 things I think that makes this business sustainable I want to share with the people that we'll go over. So do you have any direct questions, Reagan, before?
Oh, we have a few, but if you want to start getting the question, we might want to
Yeah.
save this for a segment, because we got quite a few coming on. So it's up to you. It's
Okay.
whenever you want to start.
Well, I'll go ahead and, you want to take questions first or go into
we can take questions. I'm just letting you know we've got quite a few. So.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and hit the questions.
Let's go ahead and get into the first one that we had come in. Let's see. Someone has a person that he's talking to. He has an insurance background and wants to know if the Plus or the Elite would be better for his insurance business for leads.
Okay. So either one would work. Here is the cost of getting the Plus package rather than going ahead and getting the Elite package. If you're a captive agent and you're not recruiting people into an insurance business because that's not the way your agency runs or works, and you don't have that opportunity, then go ahead and get the plus package, and you're focused on generating leads for your insurance business, and that's that, and you can do that. However, if you get paid also to recruit people into your agency, and you get to build an agency because you're an independent broker maybe, then I would definitely go with the elite package. And I would strongly consider going with the elite package anyway, even if you're a captive, and I'll tell you why. The elite package gives you direct contracts with our referral marketing partners, which means rather than losing 50% of the commission on something, you get 100%. And also, as an elite member, you can resell this platform, this lead generation tool, to other insurance agents that you're working with, that you bring on, and then you make that commission, but you also get a residual as well. You get a $50 a month residual thereafter. And I know, is he with Gary? Is he talking Gary
think that's
or
Gary's
Mark
guy,
or
Raphael? So
okay, well, Gary, has sold hundreds and hundreds of 400 or 500 of these. Yeah. And he's got hundreds of active agents. Yeah. So his residual on this is pretty strong. Yeah. And that's part of what we're going to get in tonight about building a sustainable career. There's certain elements if you want to have because Lindsay, as well as I do, that you can be the most inspired, motivated, hardworking person in the world, but eventually you want to break.
Oh yeah.
Eventually you want to decompress. Yeah. Eventually you just want to back up and the other thing is, I feel like I am a better salesman today than I've ever been in my life for one reason. I walk in every meeting I'm in knowing I don't have to sell a thing here. I'm making X amount of dollars because I got all this residual and passive income coming in. Right. That I am real choosy with who I do business with. Yeah. I'm very matter of fact.
There's no desperation.
There's something about that psychologically.
Yeah, the confidence.
Well, it just attracts people because I can't tell you how many people. The reason I wanted to do business with you, Terry, is because you didn't try to sell me anything. Yeah. Matter of fact, you a couple times tried to talk me out of it, and you play a little hard to get, and then they're just chasing after you. Yeah. So I tell you, it's a strong, and that's one of the things. Answering Raphael's question is the elite membership gives you that residual component, and then you get connected to. Here's the thing we don't talk a lot about. There's another RMP offer that has residual components in it as well. That people don't realize this. And I don't even know if our elite members know this, but some of our RMP offers that offer software, data scrapers, and videos and things like that. Any of those softwares that has a monthly admin fee to it, $5, $10, $20, $25, $50, whatever it is, you get a percentage of that. So you sell enough of those, just like selling enough TW3, it starts coming in. Yeah. Starts coming in. So it's good stuff. Great question.
So this next question actually came from JD in our ticket support, but I thought it was such a good question. Might as well share it tonight.
Absolutely.
So they said, hello, I have someone interested in the plus package. They were watching the videos, and during the Make Money Guarantee, it mentions opportunities for hourly and hourly and salaried positions. I was assuming that was only if you didn't make money in the first 3 months, but wanted to verify that. Also, if that's not the case, how would someone sign up for those positions?
So one of the strongest things about, even if you're not a plus member, any particular level at TW3, one of the things that we show you is how to offer people opportunities outside of TW3 that are hourly and salary based that you can offer them, and you use that as a carrot to get people to want to speak to you, because there's no other business opportunity I know out there that says, hey, call me. I've got work from home. I've got hourly and salary. I've got sales and non-sales. So we have this huge swath of opportunity, and then you cast a wide net, and then we have a funnel design that says, okay, this person wants hourly, and we send them over here. This person wants a sales commission job but doesn't want to invest in a business opportunity. We send them over here. And then this person is an entrepreneurial minded person that wants to be their own, and so we talk to them about TW3. And so And if you're a plus or an elite member, you get paid to send them.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to sell, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But JD was referring to our 90-day money made guarantee. Let me break that down a little bit. And people can go to terrywilson3.com/90day, and that's the number 90, not the word. terrywilson3.com/90day. What we say is this: if you will come on as a plus member or elite member, either level, and you will follow step 1 through 6, do it. And then you will book a one-on-one that verifies it's done. We will then at that point enroll you into this program that says if you generate X amount of leads, you put it in our funnel, and you allow us to verify that you're putting it in the funnel, and because our funnels, and you've got the autoresponder connected to it, you have to do all that, and you verify it. We guarantee you a minimum of $400 to $1,200 at a very minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't make that, here's what we're going to do. We're going to first suspend your admin fees. It don't cost you any more to be with TW3 until you're up and running. So you're active, you're just not paying your admin fees. And I am going to take your name, your information, and all that. I'm going to pay for you to have a landline, a phone with a headset, because it's required. And I'm going to get you connected to a company we don't even advertise anywhere that will pay you to work from home, answer a phone, and pay you hourly to just read a script for them. Okay. And it costs to get connected with them. There's all kinds of things that we incur that cost. We get you connected and we get you started. I've started this over a year and a half ago. I have yet to have to pay out on this, but I say I will.
Yeah.
But the deal is, I have yet to have anyone use our program, verify that they're using it, and validate that they're using it the way we show them, and allow us to hold them accountable, and not get that minimum return. It just don't happen.
It's awesome.
It just don't happen. But there are people that buy our system, use our program, and don't make money. But I guarantee you, I've got it in writing. They didn't sign up for this program, and if they did sign up, they didn't follow the steps. That's the only way.
Yeah.
So that's pretty strong, I think.
It's something I mention often when I'm speaking to potentials.
Yeah, because it weeds out, does this work? Yes, we work. We stand behind it. The question is, will you do what's required?
Yeah.
And let me just I don't want to oversimplify it or overstate it or make it sound. There's some things in there that might cause you to like, oh, I can't start the 90 days because I've got to learn how to do this. I'm not saying it's just, you've got to put your funnel together. And if you can't do it and follow the instructions, you've got to pay someone to get, because the funnel's got to be, there's no way around it.
Right.
But if you can just take your time, follow either the video instructions or the PDF written instructions, whichever, because some people, their learning styles are different, but do that and then do the activity. That's the big thing. Just do the activity. I'll often say the system works if you work.
Yeah. And that's for plus and up, correct?
Plus and up. Okay. The reason is because one of the steps, one of the things we verify, and it's in writing there, is you have to meet with me or one of the elite members, and they have to verify that you've done everything.
Right.
So there has to be a meeting, and then once that meeting takes place, we send you a certificate with a date on it. This date they started, and then we tell you this is how we're going to verify week by week that the activity is being done. If you do that, we guarantee it. Awesome. And that sort of gets us out of this mindset that some people come in with unreasonable expectations that, hey, I bought this genie and I should be able to rub it and just, and there's another Terryism. If you want.
Genie in a bottle.
Genie in a bottle.
Also, the person who asked that question wanted to give a shout out to Sam. So I want to make sure.
Sam, welcome aboard. If he's coming with JD, great. Awesome.
I've got a couple more questions. Maybe we want to address those, and then we can get to the rest of them maybe later.
Okay, whatever.
After we maybe get into your little spreadsheet.
Whatever.
So this next one comes from Ron. Some new members are hot to trot to get using the lead generation tools, but they write off because they are dealing with business people looking to use the lead software, and they don't necessarily want to work the call center. How do they go about using the system that way?
Yeah, so the TW3 is both a product and a business opportunity. Steps 1 through 6 deals with the business opportunity. Okay, you can skip steps 1 through 6, go straight to 7, 8, 9, 10, all that other stuff. Here is what I tell everyone if you're wanting to do that. Because this whole business started as selling it as a lead generation tool for the insurance folks. The problem I run into is there are so many different types of businesses, types of products. There's no way that I can give you a step-by-step on every single, because depending on what type of lead you want is the process in which you're going to use to generate that lead. Sometimes you need to use the voice broadcast dialer. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you need to use a bulk texter. Sometimes it's more appropriate to use a bulk email. Sometimes it's better to do social media marketing. Sometimes it's better to do keyword search and search engine optimization. There are and TW3 offers all of that. So the question is, which one should you use for your product? Because depending on, I've got a training for you Plus members and above. Go back into your advanced training module, and there's one that I tell everybody to watch immediately, and that's called the 3 Ps of lead generation or success or whatever. But it basically is people, product, and process. If I know who my people are, then that's going to tell me what my process is. Or if I know what my product is, then that's going to tell me my people in this product. But it all starts with people. I've got to isolate who buys this, who uses this, and then that tells me, sort of how to isolate it. So, yeah, Ron, it really, when you're talking to your guys, the best thing they can do is if they want to skip 1 through 6, that's fine. But here's what's going to happen. They're going to do a coaching, because what we do is say, okay, watch your advanced training. Come into your back office, book a one-on-one with one of our ELTs if you're a Plus member, or a book one-on-one with me if you're an Elite member. And what they're going to do is they're going to tell them, okay, you need to build a sales funnel with a landing page and do this and drop. And they're going to go, well, how do you build a sales funnel? How do you build a landing page? And all of that is through 1 through 6. Yes, it's talking about selling TW3. But what we say is you just use that as a template. I'm not saying to sell TW3. I'm just saying use the information you have specifically in step 4 on how to build a landing page, and step 2, how to build your blog, all of that stuff. Because depending on, what type of product it is, that's going to tell me my process. My process is, okay, I need to use this tool, I need to use this tool, I need to use this tool. Those tools, the training for that might be in steps 1 through 6. It just depends. But yeah, and there's video. Tell your guys that are wanting to come in and sell this as a tool and not a business opportunity, Ron, that if they will go under webinar and go under public webinars right there is a whole catalog of different videos that says, okay, here's a demo on the dialer, here's a demo on the landing page creator, here's this. And that's what they will send to their business owners and stuff like that. Now, their business owners are not going to know how to use these tools, maybe from a technical standpoint, maybe from a marketing standpoint. That's why if you're going to sell the TW3 as a tool, you always and forever have to sell it as a Plus package. If you sell a $597, which is going up to $997 in a couple weeks, if you sell the entry-level package, $597, that is our sales rep and trainer package. All you get is training on how to sell it, resell TW3. That's it. And we've had, Reagan's brought it up last week. People, well, all you're doing is buying it to resell it. Well, yeah, if you came in as the sales rep and trainer, that you are. But the Plus member is where you're getting trained on how to use this as a tool. Elite members, how to use this as a tool, how to resell it, and how to build an agency and really leverage, all of these things that we're talking about. Good question.
Cool. Let's see here. Real quick, Micah wanted to give a shout out to Mark for helping him a ton. So that's cool. Shout out to
Michael wants to give a shout out to Mark.
Micah.
Yeah. Wants to give a shout out to Mark. I thought you were talking Michael over here.
No.
And I was like,
I will not shout out Michael. Come on.
Michael, no shout outs for you.
No shout outs for Michael.
Tell him
He'll have to come over here.
Tell him to answer tickets and be quiet.
Real quick, did you give a name for your new lotion, or are you kind of keeping that under wraps for right now?
We're keeping that under wraps.
It's on
right
the
now.
DL.
It's on the DL.
It's a hood secret.
It's but it's soon to be released. Who's asking that?
This came from a Janae.
Okay, it's magic. It's magic. It's expensive. Some of you
expensive magic.
It's expensive magic. Some of you that are in the lotions and potions might even know about it. It's not it's a very popular brand.
Yes,
we can say it if we want. That's just Well, Rodan
and Fields.
Rodan and Fields.
Mhm.
Rodent Fields.
Rodan Fields. Rodent.
Rodan.
Was it rodent?
Rodan and Fields.
Rodan and Fields.
Heard Rodent Fields.
Expensive magic.
It's expensive magic because I
It's
think
really
the whole
good.
kit was $300 and some odd dollars, $400.
What did you get a regimen or did you just get the?
Yeah, I got
cream?
the whole regimen thing because
Yeah.
I mean I got, and to be honest with you, I didn't even think I was doing it right, but it was so expensive. I was like, I'm only going to use a dab. And
How do you not do lotion right? It's lotion.
Well, see, the thing is, there's
there's
an
like
order
10
to it.
products.
And you
I don't
gotta
believe
wa-
in anything
and then
like
it
that.
was saying, if you got dry skin, don't wash it off with water, but dab it off with a gauze or something like that.
Nothing should be that complicated.
Yeah, well, it probably is not. It's not complicated. It's just I'm simple, and so
Simple man.
so anyway. But I'm considering, at the very least, if not being a authorized thing, I'll at least be a referral market because I've got it in our RMP.
Well, kind of what you're saying, like there's a lot of entrepreneurs in the neighborhood. Like a lot of us also have multiple income streams.
All right.
I mean, Kimberly
Yeah.
has
She's a realtor,
yes, a photographer. She's under me
Yeah.
in my business,
And,
and she does Rodan and Fields.
and if you want to mention yours, you can. If you don't have to.
I do LuLaRoe.
LuLaRoe.
Yep.
So, and have done well with it.
Yeah, it's been a great blessing for us.
Yeah.
And
So,
then we do. I don't even like do these things actively. All the things that I do,
right.
but I help you,
Yeah.
LuLaRoe. We have a woodworking business, my
Yeah.
husband and I. My husband has a job that he goes to every day. It's
Right,
like
right.
we all have diversified interests.
I find that once you get the entrepreneurial bug,
Yeah.
and I get people all the time hitting me up wanting me to sell this, sell that, sell this, sell this, sell that. And what I'll do is send me a schedule of your payment, the compensation schedule. Let me look at it. And what I always do is I go to my RMPs, see if it's already back there, see if it's just an affiliate or if it's a lead thing,
Right.
which one's which. Because if it's an affiliate offer, it means I have to resell it. And so a lot of times I'll shop just because I don't want to spend time,
Right.
But if it's just a lead offer where I get paid to just send the lead over where they sell it or not, then 9 out of 10 times I think I'll go ahead and pick that up and put it in one of my channels or something like that.
Right.
So and guys, let me just break this down. There's 3 components to building a sustainable business. And some of you guys have tried home-based businesses. And it's a statistic I quote all the time, and you guys are probably sick of hearing me say it, but 98% of home-based businesses fail, and that's been Forbes did that a couple years ago.
We're in the minority.
We're in the minority, but here's the reason why. If you have a platform, if you have a means, if you have a way, if you know how to generate leads, because that at the end of the day, you could sell bags of sand. And I've said this all the time. So many people overemphasize the product, and product's good. I'm not saying that. Okay. You got to have a good product. But when I got into insurance, you ready to hear some Terryisms?
Oh, let's do it.
I could wax verbosely about the nuances.
What? Whoa. Hold on.
And the trifling
Verbose?
minutia.
Whoa. Are these insurance terms or are these Terryisms?
These are Terryisms.
Okay.
Means I could speak, forever wax verbosely with great authority.
Is this like seminary speak? I mean, what is this?
I don't know. My wife fusses at me all the time.
Do you have like a dictionary that you read at night?
I think he does. He goes to bed with it. And he goes, what am I going to say tomorrow?
I did that one on purpose just because I know I'd get you. But no, I don't. It's just, I don't know. I think through the studying and learning homiletics and hermeneutics and all of that stuff.
Hermeneutics.
I know what that
too.
is. That is, we learned about that on Sunday in Sunday school.
Cool.
It is the 5 different ways, the lenses that you look through Scripture.
Yeah.
Number 1 is in context.
Yeah.
I don't remember the rest.
Context, who wrote it, when they wrote it.
What did you use the other day that River was really happy that you used because it's sort of making its way around again? Now it's a popular term.
I have no idea.
It was clout. You said clout.
Yeah.
He said he's building clout. And River went, They say that in the rap songs. I was like, I think it made its way.
I don't do it on purpose.
This is way off topic, so just bear with me for
All
a
right,
second.
time out, guys. We will get to the 3 things of a sustainable career.
Have y'all heard the Baby Shark song?
Oh my gosh, we sing it every day.
I heard it for the first time today, and my life is never gonna be the same.
Oh my word!
Okay, we can
The
go back
Baby
to.
Shark
I would
song.
say we could play it, but then you'll get shut down.
Yeah, I can't put it on YouTube streaming.
But we can show you during your break. And
The point I was making, and I distracted Lindsay with all of my 50-cent words, and I did it on purpose just because you give me a hard time, was when I got into insurance, what I was saying in crazy words is they gave me all of this information of how I could bore you silly with all of the I call it trifling minutia, all the just boring details.
That's strike one.
Yeah, sorry. The boring details and the distinctions of term versus whole life. You know, how you use these various tools to transfer wealth, and how, you know, what it means to be, and this is a fiduciary, and all of that stuff. And so it really was a vocabulary lesson. It was a vocabulary lesson to get in, which everything is. TW3 is a vocabulary lesson. Me and Reagan's talked about it. 9 out of 10 times when people get back in our back, the problem they struggle with at first is they've never done marketing before. They've been in sales, they just hadn't been in marketing, and they're having to learn these new terms, and there's just no other way to say it than the words that are used, so you just have to do that. But my point was, they gave me all this information about all of this stuff about insurance, the product. There's just one thing they didn't tell me: how to sell it, how to get in front of people. And most people, when they get in a home-based business, they get real excited. Oh, I'm going to sell this, and I'm going to do this. And they get excited about the product. But if you don't know how to get in front of people,
Right.
you don't have a business. You got a hobby.
That's true.
And the only reason I survived insurance and took off, and I didn't survive when I was with that company that recruited me, because what did they tell me? Go out and call your friends, family, and foes. There's another TW3. Go, you know, recruit, you know, and work them for referrals. You know, hey, Lindsay, got anybody I can talk to about insurance in your family? You know, da da da. And I hated that.
Right.
You know, and so I broke away from them. I went independent. It was the grace of God that allowed that, and that's a whole nother story. I got hooked up with Stonebridge Insurance, selling Stonebridge over the phone with JCPenney's. They had a deal. JCPenney's worked a deal out with Stonebridge that when they sent out their credit card statements, there would be a little thing in the credit card that says, call this number, allow them to talk to you for just a few moments about this, and you could win up to $15,000 in shopping at JCPenney's, or some gift you will win. It was worded that way. It was a campaign. They call in. It was a call center, and I'd be one of the people to talk to them.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they'd either get a little $15 gift card that would go on their statement.
Oh,
you know, their
nice.
credit card, $15
I'd be happy about that.
Yeah. But I got the opportunity. Well, it just so happened one night, a guy down in Georgia who was an independent insurance broker called in because he had his JCPenney, and he just wanted to see how they were selling insurance.
Oh.
Well, I go into my spiel, and he says, I know this phone is being recorded. You have my information in front of you, don't you? That's got my personal number. And I said, yeah. He says, call me when you get off the clock. I just want to talk to you. And for whatever reason, Spirit of God or whatever.
The Lord.
It was at a time in my life where we just lost everything. We were just coming back. And I mean, I was hustling. I was in that hustle. I got to sell just to keep the food on the table and keep the lights on, you know. And I called him back. He introduced himself. And he got me hooked up as an IMO, which is another term that no one would know. But basically, I was contracted directly with the insurance companies with a really good contract that I could hire agents under me and make tremendous amount of override.
Yeah.
And I could market it the way I wanted. Well, I already knew from my music business how to market online. So TW3 is all those different ways of marketing insurance. That's how it started in music and stuff like that. If you can generate a lead for one, you can generate a lead for any. So, I just use those principles.
Rascal Flatts is playing in my head. God bless the broken road.
God bless the broken road.
to make TW3.
Well, it's true. I was talking to someone last night at church, at our fall festival. He says, you just seem always, so you piss me off. You look so happy. And he's, he's a friend of mine. Pardon the pun or faux pas there, guys. But I says, well, I am. I'm the happiest I've ever been. You know, I work a few hours a week. I make way more than I've ever made, even when I had 22 employees and all these trucks on the road and selling all this. And like today, I got up at, you said I looked tired before.
Yeah.
I've got a very, very dear relative of mine that's struggling with something, and I want to spend as much time as I can with him. And so I've just made a commitment that once a week we're either going to go to movies, we're going to go play golf, we're going to go do something.
Right.
So I spend all day just playing golf with family.
That's perfect.
And in probably $2 or $3 grand in personal business, not business, but personal business coming in a day. I couldn't do that selling insurance. I couldn't do that selling anything but TW3 because I got this platform that I don't have to go out and pester people. It's on automatic.
Yeah.
And it's been doing it now for 10 years. And so I would tell you that the point I was trying to make is, you know, if you're going to be successful in a business, the first skill set you got to have, you got to know a little bit about your product. But I want to tell you something. How many times have you been to a car dealership and bought a car from someone who knew nothing about cars?
Every time.
It just seems like, I don't know if any of
every time.
About every car I bought. The point is, it really wasn't the car salesman that technically sold it. It was the marketing people that either put that dealership on the side of the road and made it convenient to get there, or had that spiffy advertisement. You got on that lot in some means, fashion, or something. You showed up at that lot.
Yeah.
Whatever caused you to go to that lot, that's what sold that car. Now, the guy's got to be able to sell. He's got to be able to close it. I'm not saying that. I mean, he could definitely turn you away. But a lot of times, if you're doing a home-based business, you don't have the luxury of just being out on the interstate or this or that, or having, you know, a $10,000 a week advertising budget to be on radio or TV. So you got to be able to get in front of people in a different way, and that's what TW3 does. I tell people all the time, because I get these guys that are sort of macho, I can sell anything, Terry. I was like, well, we're about to put that to a test, because I can solve your problem. If I put 25 people in front of you, can you close them? Well, yeah. I was like, okay, let's roll. And then we find out. You know, Reagan, what other questions we got?
All right. We have, this looks like somebody that's not joined yet, but just on the podcast with us. I have 2 businesses. One is a healthcare community website with a job board, which is free to join.
Awesome.
I'm needing to scale on a national level and get people onto the site. I also have a medical spa, which is local business where I need to drive businesses to my 2 spas. I'm doing traditional PPC, Google advertising, etc., but I'm interested in using email, text, and voicemails to get additional leads for folks not in my current database. Are your text, voicemail, and email leads already opted in? Also, I see you. You're ready to answer. I'm stopping you. Wait. Also, am I able to use your platform to market via businesses to businesses in the healthcare industry? Go.
Yes, you can advertise B2B, B2C. When you are one of the ways, if you drive traffic through PPC, SEO, if you drive traffic through Facebook marketing, all of that's what's called passive traffic. In other words, they're somewhere else doing something else, and you just they passively saw an ad that spoke to them, or they were Googling something and your thing came up. And so that's all passive. Some of our tools are what we call disruptive. And what that means is you broke into their day, you interrupted them, but you grabbed their attention. Voice broadcasting is one of those types of tools. Now, it's a more difficult tool to use to, number one, be compliant with the FCC, and number two, not to tick a ton of people off. However, we teach you how to do it. We teach you how to do it in a way that doesn't irritate people, at least irritate them to the point where they want to take legal action or cuss you out. Okay, you might irritate, I wish this person wouldn't call me. It might be that kind of irritation, but that's marketing. I mean, you're just going to have to be okay with that. But the data list that we have that's connected to both our emailer and our voice broadcast dialer is filtered, scrubbed, opted in. So you can call them. It's no problem.
She mentioned texting.
Texting is a whole different animal. Now, what we teach is to, and you can, by the way, we do have opted in cell phone numbers as well that you can text. So let me just say, yes, you can do that as well. However, text marketing is the one we tell you do not do until you've had some coaching time with us, because that's the one. Because text is the most effective marketing disruptive tool out there.
I love it.
Well,
Donato's
because
Pizza. Yes.
Well, because statistically, only about 4% of emails get opened
Yeah.
when it goes to cold emailing.
Right.
Statistically speaking, when you do voice broadcasting, only 2% respond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Texting, 98% of people open their text and read it. Okay.
Yes.
That being said, you have a bigger chance of getting conversion, but you also have a bigger chance of just really
annoying someone
Right.
and them coming back. And so you've got to do it in a sophisticated way, and we want to work with you. But yes, all of the business mentioned can be used and marketed using these tools, and you don't have to use these tools to sell TW3 at all.
Can I ask a question?
You absolutely can.
So
No.
For texting, I should know the answer to this, but I don't.
Well, I won't.
Can I create like an opt-in and then send the people that have opted in a text message through the tool?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, you'll notice like on step 4 in how to build an apply page, if you'll notice one of the questions put there is check here, and they have to check to be able to apply. It's one of those required. If you don't check this, you can't even apply. But cell phone number, and is it okay to text you to correspond with you? And they have to check that or it don't go through.
Yeah.
And then once you've got that, you can load it in. We've got a free texter back there that we show you how to use, and then we've got a pay for texter. What's the difference? The people that you've made contact with, the people that have already opted in with you personally,
right,
use the free texter.
Yeah.
The people that you're cold texting, that you've bought a list from us and you're going to upload it, use the bulk paid for texter.
Okay, cool.
And that's the way we would use it. Good question, Reagan.
Thank you. Came up with myself.
I spent all day. What are the questions we have?
All right, let's see. We have someone interested in the Plus membership, and they're wondering how many offers are available through the RMP. So how many offers do we start?
Depends.
Without giving names, of course.
Yeah.
You said
Well, number one, it depends on your elite member, because your RMP offers come from your elite member. Okay, because they're the ones with the direct contract. They are the ones that generate the links for you. Now, that being said, I tell my elite members, and it's in the elite training, not to give more than about 5 away at a time. Here's the reason why. The higher end offers, the ones that pay more and are a little bit more attractive, will not initially allow you to do anything because they want to see results.
Sure.
They want to see a track record.
They don't just give those away.
They want to make sure that you know what you're doing. What does it mean to know what you're doing? They want to make sure that these offers over here that they gave you, that they didn't get a bunch of complaints. This person's spamming me. This person, you know what I'm saying? So, we say start them off with the low-hanging fruits. What is the low-hanging fruit? The job opportunities. If you can't give an hourly or salary job away, then you know. So that the loan opportunities, because if you'll notice, our sales narrative is you can start hourly or salary. You can go to work with us and not pay anything up front and set it up in installment plans. Well, that's a loan opportunity. Where does the loan come from? One of our RMPs. And so that's how that works. So that's a great question. But we teach our elite members. Now, you can work with your elite member, but it's in their best interest and your best interest to only give you 5 at a time, get some results, and then branch out from there.
Cool. When are the package prices going up, and what will the new prices be? The
new prices will be $9.97 for our basic package, which is our sales rep and trainer package. Our plus package is going up to $14.97. Our elite package is staying the same. The commissions will go up accordingly. So instead of making $450, they will then make $750. And is it $750 or $850? I can't remember.
I think it's
now?
$750.
$750, isn't it?
Now?
I think so.
No, not now. When it goes up,
Yeah.
$750, and then when it goes up, the plus package goes up to $497. It'll go up to $1,000. Where right now it's $850. That's where I'm getting $850 in my head. It's $850. So it'll be $750 commission, $1,000 commission, $1,500 commission. The prices will be $997, $1497, and $2997. Prices are scheduled to go up December the 1st. Is I think what we said was going to be our date. So we've got about a month here before prices are going up on people if they want to. Now, if you've already bought the system, it doesn't go up on you. I mean, you got it and it's locked in. Some of my members have been with me back when the package was only $397, the elite package.
What?
Last year we went up for the second time. only. First time in years. What we did, we took the elite package and broke it up. We were just giving people so much it was just overwhelming. So we said we need really 3 packages to break this up. And so, but it was $397, then it went to $497, and it was that way for years. And then last year, for the first time in years, we went up $597, and then our plus package went from $997 to $1297, and our elite package went from to $24.97 up to $29.97. So we had 3 packages go up, and we had a couple people say, "Man, he's crazy." Our sales went through the roof.
I was about to say, it's like
it did not slow down a bit.
Unreal.
And people were making more money. Commissions are higher. People were happier. It gave us some margin to be able to add some things and do some things. So it was just
our sales over the summer.
The sales over
tripled or quadrupled. If not a little
it
bit more.
tripled over the summer, and this October has already quadrupled. Yeah. So if people, guys, I'm gonna tell you, if you're thinking about doing something, now's the time to do it, because you're coming in last quarter and first quarter of the year typically, and summer's not slow. It hadn't been, but I mean, I'm just telling you, it is the time to do something. Any other questions?
We do have a few questions, but we get a lot of questions, and this happens about once every Monday.
Is it membership questions?
There's a lot of membership questions, and so if it's marketing based, if we get more into the nitty gritty of like we need to look at your landing page, sort of right, stuff, that's probably best to say for Wednesdays, because we can screen
come out Wednesday nights if you're a member and you have specific questions about the software, about your sales funnel, about how to do something technical. That's what Wednesday nights are for.
And I don't want anybody to think that I'm directing them.
No.
I just know that each person can be like, "Oh, that's me." It's like, no, I have about 6 people right here.
Right.
Thing,
it's every Monday night. Yeah. So the Monday night live trainings are for people who are non-members that have questions that are wanting to onboard with you. Yeah. And by the way, I had a question that came in to me personally, and I want to go ahead and address this. Someone was asking if they could buy the system directly from me. No, I don't sell anymore directly, and here's the reason why. I want you to have better training.
You might want to elaborate on that.
Let me elaborate.
Because what it sounds like, because I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I know I created him. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I just want someone that's got the time and to help you a little bit more than what I could do. And so I don't sell directly anymore. And I wanted that person that was asking not to feel like I was singling them out. It had nothing to do with them personally. I have elite trainers here that Lindsay and Mark and Gary and Jeff
and Mark twice.
Not
going to say which ones.
We've got 10 or 12 different guys that are great. And to be honest, Lindsay, you're a better one-on-one coach than I am. You just are. I mean, you know, and so you get better service with these folks, and they're really good. And it frees me up to do more of the product development and stuff like that that needs to be done so we can continue to grow our business. And someone asked about, does the plus training not come with training one-on-ones with Terry no more? It hasn't in the last 2 or 3 months. We cut that off, I think, in August. You do get one-on-one training, but it's with one of my elite trainers. It's not with me personally. I only take elite members anymore just because of time restraints. That's the only reason. So I don't want anybody to feel snubbed or anything like that. It has nothing to do with them personally. So just know that. Sustainable businesses, just to button this up, and then we'll go to a break and come back and finalize here, guys. To be a sustainable business, you've got to have a product or a service or something that has a residual income component to it. If you don't, and this is, Lindsay, what I was talking to a friend of mine the other night. You know, when I was in the music business, when I was in all these other businesses, every day was a new day. You had to get up and sell. And you was only as good as the day that day. If you have a residual component to your business, eventually. It's just a way to build it. Number 2, you got to have a passive way. You know, for me to make the kind of income I wanted to make, and I do make, if it was contingent upon me individually selling to the person, then I've only got so much time in a day.
Right.
But when you create a blog, when you create a podcast, when you create webinars, when you create all of this content, you put it out on the internet, and then you know how to drive traffic with all these tools. Those are like little soldiers in the field that are selling for you.
Right.
And you never have to, you know, you had to go out and recruit, and then train. I don't have to necessarily recruit. I got all of these videos of me and all these podcasts of me, and I'm selling it. I know what's being said. I know how it's being presented.
Right.
and then you just do it, and then you get this passive income. And thirdly, your product needs to be a product that is not faddish. And what I mean by that, it's here today, gone tomorrow. Yeah, I'm in technology, and yes, technology changes, but technology upgrades. Website's been around now for what, 30 years, 25 years? How long has websites been around? But they're not the same animals they were back in the day.
You sure this isn't AOL?
At least 21 years, because my first email address was Lynn13. I was 13 years old.
13 years old. Listen at you. Well, I know it's been around since at least 1996, because I built one.
I was 12 then.
Yeah. You make me feel so old. But the point is, that's not a fad. Technology is not a fad.
No.
It changes, and it has to be upgraded. But my business isn't contingent upon, the latest, greatest fad. And so if you want a sustainable, those are the three things: residual, a component to it, a passive way of marketing it, and a product that is not going to be sort of here today and gone tomorrow. We'll be back right after this. Hey, do you need cash for business expenses or bill consolidation, inventory, or maybe reinvesting in your business? When money is tight, man, I tell you, business can be stressful. Trust me, I know. So I want to tell you, learn how to leverage money and time with a great product and service that I use all the time at TW3. It's a custom financing opportunity that the terms and the services are totally custom fit for you. It's easy, it's fast, it's secure, and it's at cashmutualstore.com. That's cashmutualstore.com. So what are you waiting for? Do you need inventory, or do you need to reinvest in your business? Do you need to start a business? You can grow your business by leveraging easy lending opportunity at cashmutualstore.com. Join the thousands of other entrepreneurs and small businesses we've helped at cashmutualstore.com so you can start taking your income, your business, and your life to the next level. That's cashmutualstore.com. Easy, fast, and secure. One of the hardest things I feel like for an adult to do as you get older and you 30s and 40s and your metabolism starts slowing down is just losing weight. I mean, I used to could knock off 10 pounds just like that. But here lately, man, when I shot past 40, my metabolism went boom like that. I have discovered, because through Dr. Paul, a way of eating it's called the keto diet. It's not just low carb, it's a lower carb. It's not a no carb diet. But for you guys like me that grew up meat eaters, you love meat, red meat and steaks and all of that, and it just fits my diet, what I like. And getting off of the starches and the breads and the pastas and stuff, yeah, it was a challenge at first, but now I don't even crave it anymore. I'm not a big coffee drinker, and drinking that bullet coffee in the morning was a little bit an adjustment. But I can tell you, I've been on this thing now going on, I guess, 6 months, 40 pounds so far. I don't even feel like I'm on a diet. I can go out to eat. I can eat at home. We're about to do some cruising, and cruise ship, you can just look at a cruise ship and gain 10 pounds. But I believe it's a lifestyle change that if you adapt, I'm talking, the things I was having, the pre-diabetic issues, the heart issues, the psoriasis and skin, all the autoimmune things and the things. It is amazing how just changing the way you eat can fix so many issues. And if you can fix your issues without the medication, I'm telling you, you're better served. And I can't say enough for this way of living and eating, and that's why I promote that keto system over at terrywilson3.com/keto. terrywilson3.com/keto. If you want a free trial, check it out. It might be for you, it might not be for you. I'm not wanting anyone to jump on something that's not right for them, but for me, it was a way to continue to be able to eat and eat, because I'm not one of those that's going to count calories. I'm not one of those, I'm a big guy. I've got a big appetite for life, for food and everything else. I'm just one of those type of guys. And this allowed me and afforded me a way to continue to enjoy life, eat, and still lose weight. So go over to terrywilson3.com/keto. That's terrywilson3.com/keto. Check it out. It might be just the thing that you're looking for, and you get a free trial just for checking it out. Yeah, trust me, it's hard to have people helping you sometimes.
I believe it.
It's so hard to get good help these days.
It's so hard to get good help. Guys, I hope you've had a wonderful time tonight on the podcast. Do we have any more questions that we need to hit?
I think we've hit them all.
We've hit them all. Okay, for you members that's got questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those on Wednesday nights. If they're elite members, tell them, make sure that they come to the mastermind group. Have you been to a mastermind group yet?
I haven't.
You need to hit.
How do I not know about this?
Who knows?
We kept it from you.
We kept it
Is
from
it
you.
a secret? Is it a boys' club?
It's a secret. No, there's a couple girls there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's basically an open format where everybody can be heard. Your mic's open.
Uh-huh.
We used a Citrix GoToMeeting.
Yeah.
We sit there, and then I just talk about the latest thing that I'm doing personally in my personal business. And matter of fact, if you'll go into your elite training, at the very, very bottom, there's a red thing there, a little red tab. Everything's blue and gray if you notice my colors. There's a red tab at the very bottom. If you'll click on that, you'll hear the recordings of the last couple.
Sweet.
So it's some good stuff, because I was talking about a couple all for surveys that I've done that made money. But the only thing with surveys is they're time sensitive. And what I was talking about, I had a couple people didn't understand that this was a sort of like an example of the next time something controversial happens, use this particular strategy, but you can't do it, when there's not something going on in the zeitgeist of the
Stop. That's strike two.
Strike two. You're out of here, buddy. Well, guys, listen, if you want to get involved in a home-based business that's legit, that's been out there for 10 years with an A rating with the Better Business Bureau, not a member of the Better Business Bureau, so you can get a rating without being a member. What does it mean not to be a member? It means we didn't pay them money to get our accreditations, which is pretty cool. But if you want to have a legit business that you can work from home, work on your schedule, do things your way, then we've been here for quite a while. We don't plan on going anywhere, good Lord willing. We'll be here as long as the good Lord allows us. But I'm telling you, we have members, and Reagan alluded to it, every day that are coming on, making money. You can make a little bit of money, you can make a lot of money, whatever. When do you get up to speed? That depends on how quick you can capture this concepts that I'm giving and execute on the marketing and technical stuff that I give you. But it's there. The point is, it's there. It's real, and it's there. And we'll be there with you, helping you. We give you video training in the back office. You have ticket support. I have weekly training that you can ask me anything on that. Then you have your sales rep and trainers, or plus rep, elite rep and trainers that are there as well, helping you. So we try to connect with you in multiple ways. We got some great trainers and stuff like that. But yeah, if you want to get involved, make sure you get involved in the next coming weeks. Like we said, we are going up. Someone asked, can you upgrade? You can always upgrade. The difference you pay is what you paid, either the old price or new price, wherever you paid, and what you're going to. So if you paid $5.97 and you want to go to $29.97, then that you pay the difference. If you paid $9.97 because you waited till the price went up, then you'll pay the difference there. But that's what you pay and how you pay. Guys, we appreciate you coming out. This is Terry Wilson, terrywilson3.com. Connect with me on social media. Go to my website, terrywilson3.com. In the top right-hand corner, you can like my Facebook page. If you're a twit that likes to tweet, you can connect with me there. I've got an Instagram chat.
What?
I don't have Snapchat. I'm not that cool, but I do have
He doesn't need Snapchat.
I don't need Snapchat. I think Snapchat's just for teenagers to do things they shouldn't do. I think that's all it's there for.
That's right. So stay away from
All my kids say, stay off Snapchat, Dad. Why should I stay off Snapchat, Reagan?
Because you're not going to know how to use it. That's the biggest
And
thing.
you
No,
don't-
you're right. I got it, and I was
You
very,
know what you're
very
doing with it.
thoroughly confused, and
I've
I
watched
deleted
adults get it, and they immediately don't know what it's for. They start trying using it like Facebook or Twitter or something. It's like, no,
It don't make sense.
Stop
That's
it.
for sure.
Doesn't.
It don't make. And I've got YouTube. If you want to connect with, by the way, if you want to be part of our text group that gets alerts when I go live, sometimes I go live. That's not on Monday nights. As a matter of fact, I'll just do an impromptu thing. You can text at the @ sign at TW3 podcast text that to 81010, and you can be part of our text group that we say, hey, we're going to go live. If you want to join us live and ask us any questions, you can go there. But I do appreciate all of my members. You guys are rock stars. Congratulations to all the new guys that's come on the last couple of weeks and knocking it out of the park. Encourage you guys that have not found success yet. Stick with it. Stick with it. Stick with it. We just had a sale come in today. The lady bought a plus package and wanted to buy it, but didn't. Her recruiter's gone. You know, they came in for a month, they tried it, didn't like it, left, and now, you know, and that was a $597 person that came in and we're selling a $1297 package. So she had already been in the red or the black, whatever it is. So I'm telling you guys, the only way to be successful is through persistency. You know, persistently doing the good activity that's going to bring the results. But until next time, we'll see you, and we won't have a podcast next week. We're at the beach.
Oh, that's right.
Right. But we will have the Wednesday night training.
But we will have Wednesday night training this Wednesday. We're going to have Wednesday night training next Wednesday. But next Monday night, no podcast.
So I'd just like to say, the members that asked membership training questions tonight, you know who you are. You better be there. Better be there.
If you're not on Wednesday night, Reagan's going to fuss.
Thank you for listening to our show today at TerryWilson3.com. If you would like more information on how we can take your money, your business, and your life to the next level, then please visit us online at TerryWilson3.com or call 800-673-1728.
This is the Terry Wilson. Really, I'm excited, Terry. I want to get started here.
Is this the celebrity Terry Wilson?